What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Unverified Sources podcast with your host, Nigel.
Matt.
Harvin.
And Justin. That was the weirdest fucking...
All right.
We
Oh,
apologize.
Somebody get off my
We
cord.
apologize for the
Missing a podcast last week.
missing a podcast last.
To our 20 fans.
Yeah, I mean,
Why do you have to put a number to
yeah,
it?
just think about it though. If you tried to fit 20 people in this living room, it would be crowded, right?
Mhm.
If they were just watching us right now.
It would be crowded, right?
Imagine that, though. Imagine we just had 20 people sitting right there. Like, that'd be
We do.
weird
It's
as
actually a
fuck.
live audience.
That'd be weird as fuck. All right, live audience. When I hit this button, I want you to clap. All right. When I hit the other button, I want you to scream. Yeah. All right, guys. So this is the button for the clap, right?
What
Copyright.
the fuck is going on, bro?
What are you
Why are
talking
you
about?
playing music?
I
and-
didn't just play music, bro. That was the live studio audience. They just
Spoiled.
broke out into song.
Hey, Harvin, you think you should go to college?
Should what?
You think people should go to college?
Fuck no.
Why not?
Because you don't need it.
No, that's true. That's facts.
Huh?
That's
Why do you mean?
facts.
What do you
That's
mean you
facts.
don't need it?
You don't need school.
You don't need school.
So do you need high school?
I mean, technically in this day and age, no, not really either.
How not?
Yeah, no. Okay, so I think that you, I think you should go to high school, right? But after high school, I feel like college is definitely something that you should do if you want to become like a lawyer, maybe a doctor, maybe something in the science field. You know what I'm saying?
But if you study in music,
if you
like
study music, stay your ass at the crib.
exactly,
Bro, why are you
like-
shitting on niggas studying music,
Exactly.
bro? It's more shit to music than just making a beat. You know, you gotta understand.
Explain.
You gotta understand scales. You gotta
the biggest
understand
rappers in this
keys,
game right
You
now,
gotta understand
the
all of that
biggest
shit.
song artists in the world right now, did they go to school for music?
Who's the biggest song artist in the world right
Drake.
Justin Bieber,
Let's say Drake.
Drake.
now? Drake.
Drake.
Drake don't fucking count, bro.
Drake-
He can't-
yeah,
Drake has
go for it.
ghost rap, ghost
Right,
writers
Drake
that probably
goes right, and he
All
don't produce or
Okay.
nothing,
But how do you get
and
started?
he doesn't sing. Most
How'd he
of the
get
most of the
started?
musical.
How do
shit,
you get started?
Most of the musical shit. is
How, Sway?
singers, bro.
How?
Singers. You gotta know the keys. You gotta know the fucking
singers,
scales.
Singers.
Stop being
What did I
loud.
say?
You
Stop
said
being loud.
singers. It's singers.
But they be fucking singing, bro.
Singing, not singing.
Yeah.
It's not a word.
Bro,
Honestly,
do you know?
okay,
You
so
know
what's your
you know the
argument, man?
difference
What's your
between
argument?
singing and singing, but I guess you don't.
What's
Do
your
you-
argument?
That people should go to college or people shouldn't go to college? What are you talking about?
What
about
like what were you
music?
debating right now? You like
I
Drake
was
don't
talking about
count.
music. Yeah, I said they don't.
Yeah, so
fucking
what are you
count,
trying to
bro.
say? That even if you want to pursue music, you should still go to school. Is what you're saying?
It depends on the music that you're trying to go. Like classical music, shit like that. That's what most of the music shit in school is.
Well, I feel like everything that you're talking about can kind of be self-taught.
Yeah,
Facts.
Of course, everything can
Can't-
be self.
Yeah,
Not-
can't
not
a lawyer?
true.
A
Not-
lawyer can
A
be
lawyer
You can't be
self.
self-taught
Yes,
as a lawyer.
you can as a
You
lawyer.
don't you need credentials? And
Bro,
all
when
that?
you're
Exactly.
in law school, you're literally teaching yourself.
Okay, but you still need to get
Wait.
to law school
Right, you
first.
still have to get to law school, my nigga.
Okay,
Listen what you just
but I'm
said.
saying you can teach yourself. Nigga, Kim Kardashian is teaching herself, right? Is that not true?
Yeah, but
True.
Kim Kardashian
she has
got
she,
money.
she probably has people that went to
Okay.
law school that's teaching her.
That's facts.
Come on, man. I just destroyed the argument.
Oh,
What I'm
you
trying to say
did
is-
it.
What I'm
damn.
trying to
You
say
not-
is at the end of the day,
Damn.
right? Would you tell your kids to go to college? Would, like,
Oof.
would you
If
then-
they
would you
want
force
to,
that on your kid? Like, hey, you need to go to college. You need to do this. You need to do
that
that.
you didn't. You said, would I tell my kids? And then you said, would you force that?
Not
on your
okay.
kid?
Okay. Well, I guess forcing is a bad word. Would you push college onto your kid? Not forcing them, but would you be like, hey, you need to do this so you can go to college. You need to get into this so you can go to college.
I
you
would
push college
express
on-
to them that college could be a great opportunity for you to expand as a person. But I would say if you don't want to go to college, I'm not going to force you to go to college, but at least have a plan after you graduate high school.
What do y'all think?
I would teach my kid everything about crypto,
Here we go, bro.
Stocks,
God damn.
NFTs, and all that shit at a very young age.
So financial literacy.
yes.
But would you push?
It's not,
That's not
necessarily-
financial
That's not
It's not.
financial
It's not.
literacy.
It's not. It's not.
But would you push college onto your kids? Is what I'm trying to say.
No, I wouldn't push it onto my kids. If they want to go, they can go to have that accolade under their name.
But would you be like, hey, while they're in high school, would you be like, hey, you need to do this so you can get into college? You need
No.
to do this so you can get into college.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't do that.
Nope.
Okay, so if they say, you know what, if they look at you one day before they graduate high school and it's like, look, I don't want to go to college, would you be upset? Would you be like,
I'd be like, what's the plan?
So exactly what I just said.
but at
With your bum
yeah,
ass.
but at like 18 years old, how complex of a plan do you plan on them to have? You know what I'm saying?
I want them to have a general gist of what they're gonna do. Like, are they planning to go to work? Where are they gonna go work? How is that gonna help them grow? Everything that you do after 18 years old should be for growth.
When you were 18, did you have a plan? Did you have?
Yes.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
What was your
Actually,
plan?
I went to college as soon as I got out of high school, and after 1 year, I was like, nah, this shit ain't for me, because I was doing a full-time job at the same time, and I was always seeking management position, right? Was it really giving me the best cash flow or anything? Not really, because I was making like $10.25, but
I make that a little bit. It's all right. No,
but I was growing.
Do you really?
While doing it? I was growing. I was growing while like being in that. I always wanted to seek management no matter what. If I was gonna be a trash can boy, I wanted to be the best trash can boy out there.
You
know what I mean?
were.
Well, that's why I was the best trash can boy too.
No. You were a trash can boy.
And I was the
wouldn't say
best
you were
one.
the
I was the best
best.
one at it though.
I wouldn't say you were the
But
best.
I was the best one at it.
Yeah, I
So
know.
what is this
There's some
leading to?
motherfuckers out
What are
there
you-
that treat
what are
them
you-
trash
hold on,
cans better
hold
than
on.
you.
Hold on. What are you trying to say?
That you should always be pursuing growth in anything that you want to do. You should always try to be the best at anything that you try to do. So if you're going to go to college, you better be the best at it. If you're going to go into the work field, you better be the best into what work field you want to get into.
So when you were 18, when you dropped out of college, did you have a plan like this is what I'm going to do in my life in the next?
I just
5,
to be
10
honest,
years?
I left. Yeah, I did. I was like, I'm going to get a job. I'm going to keep growing and everything. And hopefully while giving my job, I'm going to have a side hustle, which is crypto and stocks. And then hopefully one
You did
day,
not know that.
Matt, stop.
then hopefully one day I'll start learning more and more. At first I was about stocks and things like that. Yes, it was. Bitcoin has been a thing ever since 2011 when it was only 58 cents.
Bro, and when you were 18, when were you 18?
When I was 18, actually, Bitcoin actually just got to like $13,000. Ethereum was still out, which was like $10 a pop and everything.
Wait, you as an 18-year-old, you was like, yeah,
That's
let me
what I'm saying.
put
As
some
an
crypto
18-year-old,
in
what
this
did
shit.
you?
Let me.
I work in
invest
finance.
it.
I've always had an interest in finance. So I wanted to go into finance.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Sales, finance, numbers.
Okay.
Can we get back onto the topic?
This is the topic.
This is the topic. He asked me if I had a plan, and I went 3 through with it.
Justin.
So if you what? Go.
Now, what were you about to say?
So if your kids do want to go to college, are you gonna help them?
Yeah, of
with,
course.
like payments.
That's fine. If they, I'll,
So, do you think college is a scam though?
to some degree, depending on what you're trying to do, yes.
So-
Actually,
so
I
what
do
if your
think it's a
kid-
scam. It is-
Okay. So, what if your
No.
kid wanted to do something that you don't really need to go to college for? Would you still fund everything and be like, "Hey, I'm going to put money into all this"?
I'd ask him, why does he want to go to college for what he's trying to do if he doesn't need it? Like, give me an example. Like, what doesn't he need? Like, if he's trying to go into music, for example,
Let's
right?
say music, or we can say
You can say comedy, and let's say he wants to do
comedy,
the English.
dance.
I would tell him just
How
look at
is
some funny
comedy
shit and try to like,
Huh? You don't know?
No, I don't know
So
fucking
most,
comedy.
like most
college.
no, I was gonna say like most SNL like writers, like,
Okay, those that are writers, though.
I'm saying they're
Yeah,
not
but they also-
speaking.
Y'all
They're
think
not
you're talking
doing the
about
shit.
comedians.
but that's usually how they start.
Well, yeah.
They're
if-
writing jokes,
If you want to be a writer, then yeah, you need to go to
and,
college.
and then you go,
Like,
and then you
I
tell
would-
the jokes.
I think Nigel's pretty funny. Nigel makes me laugh and shit. He didn't go to school for comedy. Sometimes
saying-
it's just naturally, it's what you're naturally good at too.
Well, I appreciate that, man. I try.
So you,
Anyway.
Yeah, that shit was.
All right, so
Anyway.
shit was late as fuck.
Oh,
yeah,
I
man.
think. But yeah, I think.
If
go
you
ahead,
want to become a
Justin.
writer, I
Go
don't
ahead,
think
but
you do have to go to college. I don't
No,
think
you
do have
don't.
to
Yeah,
To be
you
an
do.
author,
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I
To be an
think. I
author.
think most people who are established writers have gone to college.
they probably have some type of.
Academic.
you can be the best in a
Advancement.
lot
What
of
about
things
the
without
lady
college.
that made
You
Harry
cannot-
Potter?
You cannot be the best. Well, actually,
J.K. Rowling.
What about Harry Potter? The
J.K.
lady-
Rowling.
Yeah,
what
she-
about the lady Harry
she-
Potter? She didn't go to college, did she? To be a writer.
Well, how would we know?
yeah,
Do
we don't.
We don't. I
But you don't learn. You can learn writing in college. Like you have to
Nigga,
take.
you can learn how to write in
I'm
high
saying
school.
anywhere.
But no, like advanced writing.
I
like,
mean,
shit
yeah,
that
I mean, there is a more
there's, like-
complex type of writing, but
like
writing is
most
writing.
of us
I
are
s-
fucking
That's like-
terrible writers.
Yeah.
I still think you need to be naturally born and talented
You
with
can't
that.
Be naturally
You can be naturally-
born writer.
You can be naturally talented in writing.
You can be naturally.
Talented,
'Cause
yeah.
that's- I
like-
mean, let's be honest. I think writing,
storytelling,
writing is
everything.
really good storytelling and being able to describe something very well.
That's
go into depth, go
That's
into detail.
that's
all
the
that.
general.
You're
part of
born like
writing.
that? You're saying-
Anybody can.
you're saying you're born like that.
You're born knowing how to fucking know what an Oxford comma is.
No, that's
All right, so next.
See, they don't even kn-
Okay, I mean,
You born understanding how to fucking utilize a semicolon properly.
No,
Okay.
Exactly.
You
I
have
didn't
to
say.
what?
All
You
right,
have
I
to
said
what?
born. I meant
but
naturally talented.
aren't those like you're talking about like
Those are writing styles. Like you have to
Yeah,
learn about
but,
those
like-
writing styles.
You can learn that without having to go to college.
You can learn anything without.
Can't
having
learn being a
go to-
doctor.
Yes, you can.
yes, you. Can.
You can be a professional neurosurgeon without going to college.
You didn't say be a professional. You said learn it.
Yeah, you can get. You can't get.
Make it a career path.
okay,
No,
but
that's
before
different.
we went down this road, you said college was a scam. Though, why do you think college is a scam?
I just think it's overpriced. I don't think that like it's a scam for what it's priced at.
Is it?
Yes,
Is it?
bro.
Yes,
why do you
it's
paying? Why are you
overpriced as
paying
fuck.
over $5,000 a semester? How long is a semester?
4 months and like some change.
Why is it that you're paying $5,000 more than $1,000 a month? What rent could be for
True.
school?
True.
Justin, you think this shit is fairly priced? It's because you're not paying for shit.
Yeah,
I
like-
am not paying
And
for
then
it.
and then
You
honestly,
can't speak on
if you
that.
think
I
about it,
can't,
right?
yeah.
If you think about it, right, this is how I see it, right? They like our society needs us, right? To an extent, because say nobody went to college, nobody ever went to college.
Okay.
Who would become doctors?
Facts.
Who would become, you know what I'm saying, the things that we need in life?
Facts.
My
Yeah,
argument
what's-
is that if everybody stopped going to college, we would have no doctors. So it's like they're overpricing these things just because they know that we're gonna pay for them. But what if nobody paid for it? We could just start a damn. You know what I'm saying?
That's
No,
called
because
scholarships.
college has not. Anyway, it's called college has not have always been this fucking price.
And we're in America too,
Like,
where they like to
fucking years
overprice
and
everything.
decades ago, fucking tuition was like $500.
Yeah, it's not worth.
That's
it.
because
It's just that they made the shit. They making the shit political.
yeah, but
and
back
shit
then,
about-
then
political as fuck.
everything was like that. I don't think back then like we were making as much money because back then gas was how much? My parents say
fucking
gas
dollar.
was like fucking
There are so
3
many
quarters,
No, no,
4
not that
quarters.
much,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Type shit. So it's like I think everything back then.
3
was,
quarters.
But that's inflation. You're talking
yeah,
about
but I'm
inflation.
saying
But, like,
everything.
But you
back
know
then
why
used to
inflation
be-
happens, right?
Everything back then used to
Explain.
be cheaper. Everything.
Yeah, that's how that works. That's how money works, though.
That's what I'm
Anyway,
saying. though. So I don't
explain
think-
how inflation works.
A lot of there's different ways and there's different sources of income now. So money can be attained so much easier than it was back in 1930s,
Definitely.
1920s.
Definitely.
1920s, you had to either rob somebody to take their money,
Come from a wealthy family.
come from a wealthy ass family from the plantation farms and shit.
Yeah, you not to say
Or-
that.
You
or-
said
Yeah,
1930.
you not
or
to say
what?
that.
I was joking. I was joking.
You
I was
said-
joking. My bad. My bad.
No,
My bad.
no,
My
no,
bad.
no,
My bad. My bad.
no,
My
wait,
bad. My bad.
wait.
My fault. My fault.
You
My fault.
said 1930.
Damn.
Niggas was
I was
getting fucked
joking.
up back
I was
then.
joking. I was joking. But you either had to rob somebody, come from a wealthy family, and that's about it, really, or just work for the rest of your life.
That's
Now,
okay.
in the 2020s, there's so many things. Like I said, I hate to go back to stocks and shit, but like you can find so many side hustles. You can find so many passive incomes too,
True.
rental properties and everything. Money is so much more attainable nowadays
Easy
than
as
it
fuck.
was.
And I realized that like maybe 2 months ago.
Start social
I realized
media,
that I was nigga.
rental income, stocks.
How do
income.
you how? But here's the thing. How do you get a rental property?
Yeah, but okay.
Wait,
Okay,
wait,
that
no,
was
no,
not,
no, wait,
okay.
no,
That
no,
was
no,
a bad.
wait,
Okay,
wait,
That
even-
wasn't a bad
No,
example.
wait. How do you get a rental property? How
getting
do
your
you
license, your
afford?
real estate
No,
license, stuff like that.
that's
What do
not how
you
you-
do?
No,
not
that's
what a
not how you
rental
get rental.
property
That's
is.
not how you get rental property. The way you get rental property, you literally just buy a
You
home.
buy it
You buy it
with
you
your money.
That's
that
right.
you're Not
So what are you saying?
making.
but you have to get passive income. I'm just saying different ways to get to something. I didn't say that that's the first thing that you go to.
I know, but like, what? Okay, so what would you say is a starter?
So once
passive
you're
thing?
18 years old, the first thing that you can do is get a job, right? let's say this is without going to college.
Okay.
Turn 18 years old, find a good job, go work at Target for 40 hours a week. If you can work for 40 hours a week, making $15 an hour, save up all your bread, live with your parents for as long as you can, eat at home, don't go buy stupid shit for at least a year.
You're 18, bro.
By
You're
that
not
time,
gonna
you have
wanna do
so
that.
much money saved up. You'll have at least 10 bands to you, right? It's not the most amount of money in the world. Then you can start creating a side hustle. You can maybe make clothes. You can go wash cars, buy a detailing stuff, go make some money, you know what I mean, by yourself.
You're giving.
So what's your argument? What are you saying?
Damn, what am I saying?
Yeah, this was originally started with college as a scam.
Oh, yeah, inflation. So we were talking about inflation.
Okay.
So my point is that money is so much more easily attainable that prices can easily go up for anything because your average household income has gone up by a lot now. Back then, it used to be $30K. Now, if you look up the average household income in U.S. America for like a 4 single family, right, it is about close to $70,000 to $80,000 a year now.
I don't believe that.
It is. Look it up.
It's 63. I'm pretty sure.
63,000.
That's the average.
Back then, it used to be what, like 10 years ago, it
With
used to
all
be
of
30.
them combined, or is this?
Well, that's mostly white people, though. So
Yeah,
Is this combined people in the house, like mother and father, or how does
Yeah.
this work?
It's usually like mother, father, and just 2 kids. Like that's a
Yeah, but
family.
mother and father's income combined, or just
It's household income, so anybody that lives in the home, and technically I'm going under like a 4 people home, which is two parents and 2 kids.
2 parents, 2 kids.
Yeah.
So,
So combined they make about 65, what he said. 60 to 80,000 is like the household income nowadays. 67,000.
67.
Yep.
okay, I mean, so you don't agree with that matter? What are you saying?
Inflation happened cuz money is so much more easily attainable, period.
do you really believe money is more easily attainable?
Yes.
It is. You just have to do it.
You could do that back then, though.
No,
Yes,
you
definitely
couldn't. No,
could.
you
All
couldn't.
of no, listen, no. All of these different routes. All of these different routes, you cannot
One
do
at a
that
time.
back in the
One
day.
at a
What do you-
time. One
The
at
only
a time.
thing that's changed is that
Get the fuck off my mic, nigga. Go, bro.
the cost of shit went up, but nobody's getting fucking paid more.
Cuz nobody wants to do extra shit.
Because I think
What?
And you know how you can avoid doing extra shit?
Go to college and get a
college
job
and get-
that pays more.
Pays very well.
What's the starting pay after you get out of college?
What
The
are you
p- the-
going for?
Yeah, it depends.
Business.
80 grand.
80 grand?
I don't know.
There's some people that make that in a day off the stock market.
Mhm.
But do you
Think
realize?
about that. Think about that. Think about
you
that.
realize how much you have to put into the stock market and how risky it is for you to go into the stock market.
True.
With the money that you
Anything
have.
you do is risky.
Anything
nigga.
that you have.
All I'm
and most of the things that you can do to get money is not risky. You're going to a job for 8 hours. That's not risky.
You gotta, but
You're
that-
definitely
yeah, but
getting your
you're-
paycheck.
Yeah, but you're trading your time now. What if
You're
I have
trading
two
your
kids at
time
home
when
now?
you're
I'm trading my
doing
time.
stocks too.
I mean,
You're
I
trading
can be
your
at
time
home.
when you're
I can
doing
be at
stocks
home.
too.
I can be
But
at home. I can
but
be
you
at home.
have to focus on your stock.
Can we explain? You said you can make $80,000 on the stock market in one day. Please explain.
I said some people do that. Yeah, if not more.
Explain how they do that.
What do you mean?
Explain how
This
they.
nigga think you put in $20 and like
No,
shoot up to
I'm not
8,000.
saying it's people that are on the stock market
Yes.
that make. Nigga, it's people that have made $600K off of one stock.
because they
I'll-
put in.
But not one day. You're talking about
What
they
you mean,
made
yes.
they made a 6. What was their? How much money were they putting in?
I mean, I don't know it, but there are people on the stock market that make that much
Nobody
money a
said
day.
it's not
There's not.
people like
I
that.
said
But
I
you
said that
have
y'all
to
debating
put
that.
in- You have to put in so much money to get your.
You can put in a 5K investment, and if that stock shoots up to the ceiling, what the fuck? What do you mean? I'm
So,
confused on what you're.
I want to
trying to
ask
say.
something
You
real
said
quick.
one day, right?
Yeah.
How do you get?
If that stock shoots up 100 or 210% in a day, what do you mean?
What's
What
stocks
stock
are
does
shooting?
that?
What stocks are shooting 100 to 200%?
That's just not realistic.
That's
what the
not-
fuck happened with GameStop, right?
Nigga, that was stock manipulation.
Yeah, that's stock manipulation.
Did it shoot up?
Yes.
So
Then
what are we talking
that's
about?
true.
Because-
That's what he
Okay,
said.
so what are we talking about?
But you see how you only have one example
Yes.
because
I have
it
multiple.
doesn't happen.
If you put in 5K, no, go, bro. Because are y'all in the stock market? Do y'all understand?
Yes.
The stock market?
Very well.
Okay, so y'all
Do
trade
you?
the stock market?
Yes.
I understand it pretty well too. So you
Okay.
explain it to me.
Yeah, explain what you mean. Explain how I'm wrong.
So you were saying that people are making $80,000
There are people that are doing
on a
that.
day. They are, right? But on the average, the stock market maybe moves up and down 1 to 2%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what is 1 to 2%?
$8 million in stocks.
So you need $8 million.
He's saying that there are people. Are there not people that have $8 million?
There
in
are,
stocks?
but how did they get there? How did they get that money?
He didn't talk about how they got there. He said that there are people making $80,000.
Yeah, but I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back to
now
the
you're bringing
original
it back.
argument.
So now we're in a different
I'm
argument.
bringing it back.
We're in a
I'm
different
bringing
argument.
it back.
I'm bringing it back.
I'm just telling you what he was saying.
Well, what were you about to pull out?
Yeah, what were you saying that you were gonna?
I will change the subject for a second. I'll still be on this, but it's on what that is. So Matt earlier said that starting pay for like a business finance after college is about $80,000. Let's say you go to college and you do 4 years straight after once you turn 18, right? So once you turn 18, after 4 years of college, you're about 22 to 23 years old, depending like around what time you went, right? So the starting pay after college for a business administration majors is about $48,000. All right, that's like the median, right? There's people that make 80, there's people that make less. Most business administrations and finance students also take about $20,000 in student loans, right? So now we have a net worth of negative $20,000. Well, you have about a net worth about $20,000 because now you make $48,000, but you have negative $20,000 in debt of what you owe. So your net worth now is $20,000. You don't go to college, right? And now you're making You're still making $48,000 because you don't need college to make $50,000 a year. Now your net worth is actually $50,000 because you're not $20,000 in debt of student.
You have a lower. Statistically, you have a lower ceiling. We can be honest about that.
About what?
If you don't get a degree.
If you don't get a degree, you have
And
a lower ceiling.
You have the
lower ceiling.
chance
Explain
to
that. What you mean
actually
by
get
that?
paid
You got to
less.
explain that.
Explain what you mean by it.
A lower income ceiling and a lower potential for like career growth. There's only
that's not. It depends on
That
what
is
you
true
choose
because
to go
most
down.
of the time they want people to
Statistically,
while they're
I'm talking
working
about
there,
most
they
of the
want
time.
people to go and actually get
statistically,
more
you're right.
education.
That's why we're asking opinions, right? My opinion is, and this is because I have this mindset myself, right? I actually personally, to be honest with y'all, I'm probably going to go back to college soon. I want to have a finance degree just because I want that accolade. I don't ever want somebody to question my intelligence on what I like to talk about. So, but at the same time, I also took the path of where I didn't go to college, and I'd say that I'm making pretty decent money for not going to college and just busting my ass and trying to get into like every opportunity I can. So my point is college, yes, it is necessary. Statistically, you probably do make more money when you do have a college degree. But if you have a nice mindset, your plan is legit, then you're going to make it happen.
Nigga took the lowest degree out of the whole business major and tried to fucking finesse that shit, nigga.
Well, all right, go.
The average median salary of a finance major is $93,000.
Where'd you get that?
So what are you? But why did
Now, is that a finance degree? Is that a bachelor's degree?
Also, you're talking about people that are taking. Well, most people are taking like debt, but people that actually go to college.
So what did the student loans look like for that too? Now, if somebody's able to get scholarships, like if you get a full ride, absolutely go to college all day. That is 100%. If you don't have to pay for college, I agree on college 1,000%. When you have to pay about $10,000 a year, depending on where you go, there's people that go to like Temple University that pay like $90,000. People that go to Harvard University and pay $120,000.
So if college tuition was free, should everyone go to college?
I think that in that moment, I feel like you should really highly think about it for sure.
Well,
But
I mean, I think a big part of that too would be like because of the networking and shit you can do. It's really like who you know in these day and age.
that is highly politics too, though, because statistically, that rate of what we were just talking about, because you guys are right. People that get degrees do statistically make more money. They don't have to bust their ass as hard as somebody that does, right? If everyone was able to go to college, that statistic number would go down substantially because everybody can go. Everybody's going to have the same opportunity now. So,
But everybody can't make it out of college.
that's true. That's true. But you can't tell me there'd be a lot more people that would be going to college.
There would, but that shouldn't be a barrier.
People don't have
Us.
money.
I know.
People don't
That's-
qualify for student
Exactly.
loans and
So,
things like that.
I'm just saying that shouldn't be a barrier for stopping somebody from going to college.
I'm just giving you the excuses of why somebody might not go to
That's
college.
not an excuse if you can't.
just told
afford
you
it,
why.
But
then,
you can still get your degree with a very small amount of debt.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm just giving you. We're giving prime
But
examples of everything
what's
different.
the statistic of people that come out of college without debt? Is it average? Is it more regular that people come out of college with debt?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
100%.
Yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
would guess it's probably like 80% or something like that.
I don't know. I just feel like, and then a lot of these classes are being taught by people that aren't.
Oh,
the
that's
best in
what I
their
have.
field.
That's what I also have an issue with. Is
They're
the
not the
fucking,
best in their field. They just.
I mean,
they're
they
really-
know. No, they know they're really good. Most teachers are really good.
Most of
at
them
what
got
they know,
PhDs.
Yeah, but they
but
don't.
they don't care to teach. They're not good teachers. You can be an expert and be a terrible teacher.
Yeah.
And you can be a mediocre motherfucker in what you do and be an amazing teacher.
So it's 65%, by the way.
Graduate with debt.
Yeah, with that.
$16.8 billion. Oh, but that's private student.
That's private
That's
student.
private.
Like that's
No,
not even that's,
no, that's-
not even really a real number. Like just hit 0 on that shit and it'll literally be gone.
That's crazy. But it is politics at the end of the day with student debt and things like that. It has always been a presidential thing, and that's what they always advertise whenever somebody's trying to run for office. So
I'm rooting for just be an entrepreneur, bro. Do your own shit. True.
Me too.
So,
Me too.
'cause I feel like
nobody wants to work for nobody at the
nobody
end of
wants
the day.
No.
I do.
And I feel like you said you do.
You'd be
Some
content
people
with
do.
working
Yeah,
for
I feel like yeah. Some people just want to like work for the people. They just want to have a set.
I just don't feel like running my own shit.
Yeah,
That's
you
just too
can-
much work.
Yeah.
You don't always have to run your own shit though. Like you can make passive income.
But back to that. Anyway,
You can for real.
But anyway, we were talking about
he's being dead ass, though.
entrepreneurs.
You
We were
can.
talking
You're right.
entrepreneurs,
You're right.
like,
You're
that's
right.
a whole
Right.
different
Right.
thing.
Right. Right.
Entrepreneurs
right,
do
right,
make
right.
passive income though.
Eventually.
Not
After
yet.
how long does it take?
They also are working their ass off
It can
too,
take
though.
2 years, a year and a half.
It can also take 25.
It
Yeah.
could. That's true.
Yeah,
Jeff
but
Bezos
It can take.
took that nigga a fat minute.
Not really.
Yes, the fuck it
He made a
did.
bookstore, and then that bookstore started popping off right away.
No,
It just
didn't.
varies on
Compared
what,
to Barnes
on
and
like what you're
Noble.
doing. It could take a year and a half, 2 years. It doesn't matter.
You just gotta bust your
It
ass.
doesn't matter.
Bust your ass,
You
whatever
can,
you do.
No,
Sorta,
you
kinda.
know, you can bust your ass and shit will still not
But that's just you
start fucking
but
rolling until like.
That's just you being a
Yeah.
half
No,
a
no.
half empty person.
Oh,
half
no,
empty
Oh.
what did that
person.
mean, Mister? I don't want to be alive. But like, you can literally be busting your ass for a decade.
That's how it is at
and
the
years
beginning.
and
At the
years and
beginning, it is
years,
like that.
and it's still not just
No,
start rolling.
that's not. You can bust your ass. Do you know who Patrice O'Neal is?
I've heard of him.
He's probably like one of the funniest comedians that you
I'm
will
about to
never
say,
hear
yeah,
of.
He's probably a comedy.
Yeah.
A comic.
He's like one of the funniest comedians you'll never hear of, but he didn't get his big shot because he just didn't play the game, which you need.
Gotta play the game.
Oh, here it
What
is.
do you mean?
Like you have to play the game. Like you can
So
do.
you're
You can
saying
be
he
an
was busting his
entrepreneur.
ass?
Like let's
Yeah,
say
but
you're.
we're talking about people that are one in a fucking million, bro. Like
Yeah, that is a one in a
people,
million thing.
it's people that work on their business, and then in the next year, nigga, they're the biggest business on the planet. It's people like that, nigga. When I started my YouTube, nigga, I started it in 2018.
Mhm.
What happened? Why are you?
I'm saying like I agree.
Oh,
Like that's
I
facts.
started in
Like, I'm-
2018. It's 2021 now,
Yeah.
and I'm doing really well for myself. Shit took what? 2 years? 3 years? So it just depends on what you're doing, what route you take, what it
Exactly.
just
And
depends.
everybody does.
But
I feel like
can
if
we,
you just
are we gonna talk? Can we bring it up?
Want
You
to
bring
talk
up your.
about your YouTube?
No, I was gonna bring it up. Yeah,
What do you mean?
because originally, what was your YouTube content?
Vlogs,
Yeah, and then you had to play the game.
right?
he's just basically acknowledging that you played the game, right?
You have to play the game.
I don't think I played a game.
So, like, a lot-
You definitely
involved
did.
myself into a niche. I feel like when
That's
you
the game.
No,
game.
A
nigga,
niche is the game.
It's like
It kind of is though, bro.
Continue. Let
no,
him talk,
because it's
let him
like
talk.
nigga, say you love to cook, but you were doing vlogs at the beginning, and then you're like, you know what, I actually love to cook. Let me start cooking, and then people start following you because you're cooking.
Cooking vlogs. He's still doing vlogs though.
I mean, it's cooking though, my nigga. Like people. I mean,
That was
with
a bad
me,
example.
People,
That was a
how
terrible
Because
example.
Matt's a literal person and he needs very defined.
Okay, so what are you trying to say, Matt?
What do you mean? You said if somebody started as a vlogger.
No. It was you, right?
Yes, I said you played the game, and you need
No,
to play
no.
the game.
I
Or you sound. Why
no.
do you?
Yeah,
You play the game.
You sound like
You
Morbius.
need
or
to
some
play the game.
but no, nigga, I just niched down. Like I just found a community. I found a certain type of people.
But
that was completely different than what you
You played
started
the
at.
game.
But it's like if I were to
you
continue
found
to
finally
vlog,
where you had to
I mean, that's what an entrepreneur does. He pivots and he learns.
So he's just saying that you play. You said that you didn't play the
Nigga,
game.
you
and
because I
traveled.
don't call it playing a game.
But
You traveled, my nigga.
okay, what do you want to call it then?
What do
We
you
can
call
change
it?
the name. You still have to do that
But okay, explain what you mean by I played the game.
because what your original vision was
Mm-hmm.
wasn't the vision that you had now. Did you think that this is what you were going to be doing 3 years ago?
No.
So like it's very obviously most people on YouTube do this. There's like a few examples that like they keep the shit the same. Like the only one like David Dobrik.
Yeah.
His has been, if you go to his first vlog to his last vlog, it's basically the same thing like the whole time.
So he blew up off of just vlogging. He didn't
Yeah.
have any cosigns or anything.
I mean, he blew up from Vine. That's how people knew him.
Okay, well,
But he,
you
like-
can't really use him.
That's true. He got you there.
He did, yeah, okay. But Vine did die.
Yeah, but if he had how many
I don't know.
followers? He had like millions of
No,
followers on Vine, and he
I
comes to
don't know.
YouTube. He has
I didn't know that
300,000
motherfucker on
subscribers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
but
one.
he
no
still
one
he still
really
had
knew.
an audience. If you didn't know, he still had an audience though. Just because you
Still
didn't know
don't know
doesn't
the
mean
nigga.
yeah, but he still has an audience.
So who's someone of a prime example that started and never stopped doing it?
But it's like
I'm
I
just
feel
curious.
Like YouTubers or
Yeah, like a YouTuber.
anything?
Or like
Who-
a content creator?
Who never stopped?
but it's like
No, boys.
but I still enjoy what I do.
Yeah, they switched theirs though.
Nah.
They
That's
they
how
do
they popped
pranks.
off. That's
They
what I'm saying. Like they popped off because of that though.
do- yeah, I would say yeah.
Good shit though, bro. All I'm saying.
But I still enjoy what I do. But I mean, when you're an entrepreneur, you gotta pivot. You know what I'm saying? If some shit's not working, you gotta okay, let me try this shit. Okay, let me
Okay.
try this shit. So it's like, I mean, I preach entrepreneurship all day because shit, nigga.
What do you
I
think?
did this shit.
about college. You
I-
haven't said your 2 cents.
I think that if you basically it's like the same thing as you guys said. Like if you need to go, like if you have to have a college degree for that specific career that you want, you should go. If you don't need it but if someone's paying for your college, I suggest you go. But if you're gonna take on a shit ton of debt just to probably not even work in the field you're gonna like get your degree in, then it's like you should probably do something else. But
do you think that like I should go because of like the networking, like as far as networking with people?
that is a big thing. Like most people, like if you go to like a big college, you're not really getting anything extra from that college. You're getting the name of the college. So if you have that name of the college, then it's like it opens a lot more doors.
It's an accolade to you too. Like
Graduated from this big ass college. That's competitive.
True.
Yeah, but
that, and fraternities and sororities can be good for some people too. Like if you're from like a rural place and you go to a big ass college and you get into a fraternity that finally like makes you break out of your shell and shit, and like what is the king of like the frat called? Do they have a name?
the president, I'm pretty sure.
Is it with the president
I
of the
think
fraternity?
so.
If you, it might not do nothing big for the real world. Actually, it probably does. If you're the president of a fraternity, that probably says a lot about you, depending how big the fraternity
You
is.
know, they have some fraternities that just straight get people like jobs.
I'm
You know,
saying, like,
there's
it
other
really-
fraternity members that
Depending,
are-
college can
networking.
be great for the resources. The degree is like the main objective of any college. But if you play college right, also kind of like what we just said, is play the game and utilize all your resources, then you can make it. Kind of like the military too. If you utilized all your resources, and there's a lot of military people that just sit in their dorm all day, do their work, count down the days till they fucking leave, and then that's it. They get out and it's like those 4 years were wasted. They didn't do shit with it. They didn't go to college. They didn't utilize the resources. You know what I mean? If you play the game right in anything that you do, you're probably going to do well. It takes longer for some people, shorter for some people, but it just all depends how you play it, in my opinion.
Thank you for listening to the Unverified Sources podcast, and we will see you later.